What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. Today is a very special day, as today we are just 1 week away from the release of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I know, I can hardly believe it too. I'm basically pinching myself because we only have 7 more sleeps before we get to finally dive in to a game that I think we can all agree has been very anticipated and really something that I think we've all been looking forward to over the last, gosh, I don't know, months, years even. But today we got a special treat, as I wanted to do a little bit of a discussion. As I was sitting here trying to think of ideas of some of the things I wanted to talk about, we were blessed with a trailer. It's a short trailer. It's only about 45 seconds, but it talks about the evolution of Ratchet & Clank, or the franchise in general, which I think fits perfectly with what my discussion was going to be. So we're going to watch this trailer, talk about it, and I'll get into the main points. But thank you guys so much for watching, and without further ado, let's jump into the video. All right, guys, here we go. We're jumping in. Let's see what this trailer's all about. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. We'll try this. Hold on. Oh, that's sick. Absolute throwback. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, welcome back. What did you think about that trailer? I thought it was a little weird at first that they skipped some of the games, but I think the general idea of the video was very strong, in that it's just kind of showing the evolution of Ratchet & Clank, not really showing like every game that's ever been created, going commando, up your arsenal, stuff like that, but still more or less showing where the series has come from in its long and diverse history, going way back to 2002 when we're shooting little blasters and just floating around, these various worlds, to where we are now in 2021, almost 20 years later. Ratchet & Clank has really evolved over the years, and I feel like it's really stood the test of time, or withstood the test of time, in the sense that, this game and really the genre in general hasn't really been too prevalent in recent years. We've gotten a resurgence of games like, Spyro. We got a resurgence of Crash Bandicoot. Still waiting on my Jak and Daxter resurgence. Hopefully one day that series comes back. But what I'm getting at is that you don't see too many platformers, at least of this scale, put with this much time, effort, and possibly money put into the production of platformers. And I think that I still think there's a strong fan base out there. There's still a lot of people that really want to continue enjoying these. And long story short, I'm just really glad that they have decided to continue with Ratchet & Clank, because aside from the 2016 reboot, we haven't seen a mainline Ratchet & Clank game since Into the Nexus, and that was back in like 2013. So when you think about it, it's been a long time since we've had a legit from the ground up built Ratchet & Clank game. So that's just one reason why this is so exciting. But anyway, just to see how far the series has gone, and see even from graphics, like to see how good the game looks now, and just how for anyone that's followed the series, just how much heart and passion has gone into this game. You can feel it in every essence of these games. So whether you're new to the series, whether this is your first time, or whether you've been with the series all the way back to the early 2000s, you are in you're all in the perfect time to be experiencing Ratchet & Clank. This is something I truly believe, wholeheartedly. But on to the video that I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to share some hype in the fact that we are 1 week away from the release of Ratchet & Clank. And I don't know about you guys, but I have barely been able to sleep knowing that this game is literally just right around the corner. No delays in sight. The game is going gold. It's ready. All we got to do is just wait out the clock, and I'm really excited. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. All the videos that we posted up until this point has given us a great deal of information. I'm talking information about the worlds. We have information about weapons, so many different new, unique, brand new weapons, old weapons that we've experienced in the past, all coming back, you know, and it looks better than ever. So beside the new worlds, besides the new weapons, we've got, you know, a new character that we'll be able to play as, you know, with Rivet, who I think is going to be a very pivotal, you know, aspect of this game. You know, I would love to see Rivet become a part of the series going forward. But I guess we'll see. For now, I'm just excited that there's a new character who's it looks like she's gonna have a very prevalent role in this game, and I'm here for it, you know? We have gotten information, so much information has actually been released about this game, if you think about it, more than most, you know, between, like I said, the worlds and the weapons, the characters. There's just so much excitement around what this game is potentially going to do with PS5 hardware. You know, the graphics, obviously we know the graphics are going to be great. They obviously look great. I love how, you know, they've kind of taken on the games looking like very similar to kind of like this like Pixar movie, you know, like it feels like you're watching a movie. That's, you know, and that's how I felt in 2016. I can't imagine how the game's going to play now. And then we're not even talking about the controller, the ability of the controller and the triggers and things like that. I feel like it's going to revolutionize how we're able to experience this game. So going forward there, you know, I probably won't be making another video, at least another one of this kind before the release of Ratchet and Clank. But there was 3 important things that I felt like we needed to do that I would love to see everybody do. As number 1, call out of work if you have to, you know, call in sick, whatever you got to do, because I want us all to be able to experience this game. And as I'm going through it, it fills me with so much excitement to feel like there's so many people, so many friends that I've been able to talk to that are also experiencing this game as well. So do what you have to. This is not a game I think you want to miss if you are getting it on day 1. If you are not, that brings up my second point, which is I will be playing this game. I will be recording my experience with it, you know, sharing my experiences with you guys and uploading as fast as I can, because I really want to share my experiences. This is a game that it really means a lot to me. This is a game that I have, you know, been playing since I was a kid. So to see it come back, like I said, is really special. So I will be sharing my full experience with you guys. If you're not sure if you want to get this game, I would love to be your liaison as to whether or not it's worth your time, because it is $70. And for a lot of people that is, you know, it is pricey, whether you're excited about the game or not. Like the fact remains, $70 is $70. So, you know, I want to make sure that you guys are certain about, you know, your purchase, and that you don't feel like I'm just kind of, you know, blowing smoke and just hyping this game up if it's not really your cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to give you guys an honest impression of it. So like I said, I'll be posting, my first video will be the first 90 minutes of the game, and then I'll be posting subsequent videos after that. So be on the lookout for that. You know, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, all that good YouTube stuff. No pressure, but just letting you know that I will be posting my part 1, just to give you a full length view of what the game is when it releases, and you know, just so you know if it's worth your time. So I'm excited about that too. So that's my second point. My third point is kind of coincides with the video that we just watched, you know, the evolution of this franchise. And that's something that I haven't really gotten to touch up on a little bit, you know, in any of my other videos, and why I wanted this to kind of be more of a just chatting, non-informative, just more of us just discussing. Point number 3, I would love for you guys to jump in the comment section and let me know what is the Ratchet and Clank game that you played first. What is the RC game that got you into this series? Your first game. It could be the first one. It could be Going Commando, or maybe you didn't even start it until the reboot back in 2016. Whenever you started this game, I would love to know your experience and what you thought when you first jumped into the world of Ratchet and Clank. Kind of going hand in hand with that, I would love to know, secondly, what your first, or not what your first, but what your favorite Ratchet and Clank experience is. Just to give you guys context, for me, I remember it being 2002, and my dad came home with this game. You know, 2002 is for what, PlayStation 2, something like that. My dad came home with this game called Ratchet and Clank, and I was like, Ratchet and Clank, the hell is that? So he popped it in the game, and you know, we started playing, and I instantly fell in love. Now granted, my backstory, you know, when I started games, I started playing games like Mario and stuff like that, so I kind of grew up on platformers. But this game felt a little different, and it came along the time when like Crash Bandicoot was really big back then. So this kind of felt similar to me, so I was really excited to jump into this game, and ever since then I was hooked. I remember the day that Going Commando came out. I remember the day when Up Your Arsenal came out, and all the experiences and all the new weapons, and how the game, you know, the characters just, I felt like I was growing up with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like you watch your favorite anime and you see that anime years later, and you're like, wow, this is kind of cool, right? And it kind of hits you home, because you feel like, wow, I grew up with this game. I grew up with these characters, and it just kind of hits different. So Ratchet and Clank has always kind of been like that for me. But going back to my story, he came home with this game. We played it, and I instantly fell in love. And I've pretty much played every entry that I can remember since launch. You know, I remember when Tools of Destruction came out as like kind of like a PS3 launch title. I remember that, and that was kind of epic. And honestly, the rest is history. But in terms of my favorite Ratchet and Clank game, geez, I don't know. I would say Going Commando. Going Commando, for some reason, has just been one of the Ratchet and Clank games that has really stuck in my brain. Obviously, the first one I could say, just because it was my first Ratchet and Clank game. There's a lot of, you know, memories about that. But I think Going Commando, for some reason, just hit different. There was something funny about the title. They always had a knack back then of making the titles a little bit kind of it feels like a euphemism, if you will, or it's just kind of a little risque, you know, Going Commando, Up Your Arsenal, like that. It's just, back then, you know, you're a kid, that humor hit different. But anyway, guys, honestly, I'm really excited for this game, and really the point of this video was, I mean, there really was no main point, you know. It really was just, I wanted to share my excitement and just remind you guys that, you know, we're just 1 week away. So be sure to jump in the comments, let me know. I'm really looking forward to discussing with you guys. The discussions that we've had so far have been absolutely incredible, so I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say about, you know, your favorite Ratchet and Clank game and your first Ratchet and Clank game. But that's all for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you will be picking it up day one. I hope to see you in you know, some of the videos that I post for my full playthrough of this series. And that's all for me. But I hope you guys are safe. I hope you're doing well. And hell, I'll see you in a week. Thank you guys so much. Cheers.